How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video on this channel. This time we are in Monaco. Not the most exciting track to be racing on. Definitely the majority of this video is just going to be in qualifying, but something that is exciting is I finally do decide to change this team's livery up a little bit. It has been the same all year round, and the game's been out for about half a year. Came out in like July. Also, next video, just gonna take a little break from F1 MyTeam and probably release a review of the game, what I think so far, and what you, the viewer, might want to take in before they buy F1 2022 midway through the year or ask for it on their Christmas list, as that is also coming up. As for the livery, I decided to just go with the basic black and white, a little bit of dark gray, just like our logo, but nothing really, nothing too special like the Miami one, very colorful, but I kind of like black and white, just simple. And we can also put our sponsors there, but just this overall sleek design. And this will be the livery that we will be rocking with, at least probably till the end of the first season, which I believe we're coming up around the mid-season point, and probably gonna sack Théo Pourchaire. And we'll probably, I don't think we can sign anyone in Formula 2 that's currently racing, like the 2022 driver lineup. I don't think we can sign anybody in that, but I believe, but we still are able to sign people from the 2021 lineup. So we'll still have Liam Lawson. That's about it. That's probably who I'm going to sign, Liam Lawson. Unless we can actually sign F1 or Formula 2, the 2022 drivers, then I'll probably sign Logan Sargent, fellow American, who is, signed for Williams Racing to race in 2023. But, of course, this is F1 2022. And he yet hasn't been signed by them, so that's really it. I mean, at least sacking Théo Pourchaire wise, we just got to keep it between us. Don't want to let the poor kid down. Although I don't think he's really a child anymore. He's now finally in his 20s. I think you can fact check me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure he's at least 20 now. I know he was 19. Going into Formula 2. First teenager to ever win a Formula 2 race in Monaco. Then he broke his hand or something like that, and didn't race for the rest of the year. But also, for league racing, definitely going to be a while until I'm league racing, as for those of you who don't know, I'm banned off of the PSGL League for 22 weeks, which ends in like February, I believe. We still have a ways to go on that, for the stupidest reason, just because I wasn't unable to race, so they kicked me off. But we won't get into that too much. But I tried joining WOR. I can't remember. I think everything's closed for theirs signups, so it might be a while till I'm back up league racing. I might do some online stuff, and definitely some stuff for other games such as iRacing, as I've started to get more back into that. As you can see here, though, it's raining, and of course Monaco, a pretty tough track to nail down, even just in the dry, especially with these new cars. But it's definitely going to be a little bit more tricky getting it down with the rain, as it did look like it was going to dry up a little bit, but it's always good to set a lap in just in case that's not the case and it's still wet. We just want to get a lap in as early as possible before the rain gets a little bit too strong, as so far it's been clean. I mean, I was actually surprised with myself that there were no bumps or bruises, especially in the rain. I did do a little bit of extra practice for this track, especially since it wasn't my greatest. and I want to get it down. I don't want to look like a fool while trying to record the video. But just coming around here, we take it a little bit too conservative, and we definitely could have gained a bit more time coming around there. But I mean, we get a lap down, and we get a time on the board. Although I don't believe this time will be very good, as we are still half a second off of my teammate. As we head back to the garage. And there's no point in going out and setting another lap, so might as well wait until it's dry, as George Russell and Lance Stroll are still out, who, as you could have seen there, were on these softs as I prepare to go out, and it just, yeah, switches the soft tires. Took a second there, but as you can see here, already into the first corner, nearly a second on our time. But of course, this isn't going to be the most ideal, as we don't really have a benchmarker for what is fast in these softs, and we're definitely going to want to be very fast, because we want to get out of Q1. I mean, that is the most ideal position that we could possibly be in. But since I believe it was our aero or our chassis package failed again, by the way, this is probably like the third straight week that we've had an upgrade fail. Things might not be looking too good, as even though I'm starting to get used to the car, that just means it's going to be harder for me to tell if these corners are actually bad, as we do actually go purple in the second sector, which is phenomenal, as we can go super fast through there. A dangerous corner, very easy to bump and break your front wing or your front right wheel. But coming around the final corner, 7.5 seconds up our wet lap time, and we actually hit the fastest lap. But then again, we also have to wait for everybody else to set a lap, as it was only George Russell and Lance Stroll who are out. But again, on this final lap, I just decided to cut it. It was a pretty basic lap. We're actually up a second again, but as we can see here, zero purple. And now that we passed the line, we just gotta wait and see.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
After all of that, P21 still behind our teammate, 3/10 behind our teammate, actually. I mean, of course, the only person that we're actually ahead of is Nicholas Latifi. What a surprise there. We've been ahead of him every single qualifying. Oh, P21 behind our teammate. Absolutely atrocious. I mean, this might be the race where we lose our point scoring streak, as of course, you know, our rival, even though he shouldn't be our rival because he's got a way better car than us, you know, gets more points than us. So this might be the race where we actually lose our points scoring thing. I mean, all I'd have to do was get a decent qualifying and then just hold off the cars ahead. But, you know, anything can happen. We could get a safety car. We could get a stellar start. And, of course, lights out, and away we go. As, shocker, the AI always gets a better start than you. And I've been in plenty of online races, and I've gotten loads of great starts, as I completely decide to gun it down the inside, and that moves us up only 2 places, right behind Sebastian Vettel, as we're able to get it, and we just completely lose a rear. But my phenomenal driving skills allow us to stay on track, as we just shove it down the inside of Magnussen's throat, and we actually just sneak by Alex Albon, pushing us up into P14 as he hits us from behind. And now we have Zhou, Rookie of the Year. Kind of overrated in my opinion. Yeah, he had his points in Bahrain. After that, kind of mid, in my opinion. You know, he gets a free pass just because he's the only rookie this year in Formula 1. But then again, Logan Sargent No, he won't be the only rookie. Nick DeVries. Totally forgot about him. Never mind. But I think it's going to be a tough one between those two. Actually, no, it won't. Nick DeVries or Logan Sargent is in Williams. Forget I said anything about that. But anyways, P14 started from P21. Not bad. Now we just need a safety car. Launch it down the middle. Or this is going to be a pretty boring race. But we do seem to be gaining a little bit on Zhou Guanyu. But even when we do catch up with them, completely other thing to overtake. And even once we do overtake Zhou Guanyu, that's going to take up a lot of time out of our time on Mick Schumacher, to where we're just going to start all over again and just fight him, as we're just kissing, smooching the back of Zhou Guanyu, just sniffing it, yearning for an overtake, as we don't get the bestest of exits coming around here. It's not a bad exit, but Zhou Guanyu got a much better exit, and we can't really overtake coming into the chicane. And yeah, very tough, as we still also don't get DRS until technically the 4th lap, as DRS of course doesn't turn on until the 3rd lap, but there's only one DRS zone, and you can't turn this DRS, the first DRS zone, which I think the pit straight is, you don't turn on. So we're gonna have to wait till the end of the 3rd lap, as of course we get DRS finally, but so does Zhou Guanyu, so it completely cancels it out. Alex Albon, I think, has a little bit of a DRS back there, but he's way behind. Not really a problem now, but actually Zhou Guanyu gets an absolute stellar start out of turn 1. Luckily no damage to my front wing, as these front wings are very strong and have taken lots of beatings, lots of bump drafts, lots of bumps from other cars. Very strong. Don't know why I need to invest in durability when I have front wings like these, but of course my gearbox is a little messed up. But of course, coming into here, I decided to look at the pit information, and we still have quite a ways to go. So I just kind of contemplate, should I box and actually pull the trigger to try my best to undercut Zhou Guanyu, as I really don't know what the best play is here in Monaco. I don't really pay attention to the Monaco Grand Prix that much. But here we get a good pit stop rather than a perfect one, and this is gonna set us back quite a bit, actually, as we are the first to pit, and now puts us in dead last. And if there were to be a safety car, now would be the best time, as we hit the back coming out of turn 1 out of the pits. Of course sliding, because the tires are absolutely ice cold. I don't know why Formula 1 wants to ban tire blankets after, like, I think 2023 they want to completely get rid of them or something like that. I don't know what the benefit of it is. Maybe it has something to do with the budget or lower teams. I have no idea. But just makes a pain on us us e-drivers on F1 2022, as we just come sliding out of the pits. But of course now, finally, Zhou Guanyu's pit, and since his pit thing took a little bit longer, it was actually quite deceiving, as he's 2 seconds ahead of us. And I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, this has been a boring race. I mean, other than the start, there's been nothing. As you can see, our gearbox is almost at its last legs, but nothing really much happens. I mean, I never catch Zhou. Actually, I start losing him quite a bit, and one small fight with Albon that wasn't even that intense caused me to lose a lot of time, and of course I lost a lot of focus, and I just started losing it, as Yuki Tsunoda is actually trying to get up on the back of us. He would also be a great rival, not his teammate, as I'm usually kind of fighting with Yuki more than Pierre Gasly, as with Pierre it was just those couple of times where I was super far ahead. But George Russell, race winner, No shocker there. I think he started on pole, but I actually see a little orange dot or papaya dot. This could be Lando Norris or could be Daniel Ricciardo, and of course Lewis Hamilton down there in third. I believe he's gotten a race win this year in this season, but of course not in real life. But his teammate did. Kind of sad. George Russell beat seven-time champion Lewis Hamilton in his first year in the Eagle machinery. Just goes to show. But, that's enough talking as we cross the checkered flag in P14th. No points. Nothing to really go home and brag about. We don't even beat our rival. I mean, at least we beat our teammate, but, our teammate is pretty lackluster in performance. At least we won driver of the day. Gotta look at the bright side. But, yeah, there's not really much I have to say. I mean, next video is going to be a review. I'm going to have that super fast as it's not going to require as much recording and editing. It's just going to be quite straightforward. So that should be out pretty fast in case those of you who are wondering about that. But not much else to say. See you guys in the next one. Hope this was a good video. Tell me what you guys want to see next in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.